What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more Elden Ring Nightreign, but this one's a little different because I'm doing a tier list video. I've never really done like the whole tier list thing, but I really wanted to jump on a tier list specifically for this game because I'm seeing a lot of people's opinions that I just don't agree with, honestly. And I don't think I've heard too many people say the same thing as me. What my whole point of this video is, I will get to that, don't worry, but there will be no gameplay. I'm just going to strictly be yapping and talking about each of the things. So if this is not your style of video, it's okay. I completely understand. I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're seeing this in the first place, and thank you for clicking on it in the first place. But with that being said, let's jump right into an Elden Ring Nightreign tier list for the characters, because I've been playing this game a lot. I probably already almost have close to like, I don't know, I think I got like 75, I think I'm close to 100 hours on the game. It's dangerous. Look, the game is fun, it's super addicting. I've been just absolutely killing it. Now, the first character we all love and know, obviously, we have to start with the bread and butter, Wilder, right? Wilder is the obvious choice here. Nobody's here to watch Wilder. He's an S, obviously. I don't need to waste time on this. Honestly, I could just say nothing and move on. Everybody knows why he's the best. He literally has a good all-around even base stats, right? But not only that, when you touch up on the relics, he gets even better. Like, if there was a tier above S, he would be in it. Because he's so good. He has an A in health, C, like, I mean, his FP is not the greatest, but you're not really going to be using that anyway. Good stamina, his strength is an A, dexterity's a B. The intelligence, faith, and arcane is all C as well, so you can do stuff with that, but it's not really, you know, it's not recommended, but he can literally do everything. He's just the all-around character. People are calling him, what, John Nightreign or something? I guess it's like a John Wick reference. I never understood that reference, so if anybody can let me know in the comments, yeah, let me know. But basically, he is the base character of the game. I now know why he is like the head mascot. I have the little box over there, yeah. Best character. I love Wilder. But when you start getting relics, you can get double grapple hooks. His ultimate lays fire on the ground, so when you do that big old charge up and just slam their stance and knock them over, they are now sitting in fire. You do the crit hit, you get more damage. It's just, all in all, a huge freaking good class. Like, if you don't know who to play, play Wilder. Just do it. It's literally broken. There's no reason not to. Now, for Birdman, right? Birdman is somebody that, oh boy. So, now, I will say, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but Birdman is literally, I'm just kidding. I know I pissed a lot of people off. I had to. Look, Birdman's good. People sleep on him. Bro, I've seen so many people say Birdman's bad, and I get it. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Birdman sucks unless you have the ability where the whirlwind is out and it just sits there, because that was the favorite thing I loved doing with him. But Birdman is supposed to be like a team comp player, so if you're playing Birdman solo, there's not really a point to it, and you're probably going to see him as bad. I'm a solo player, so I thought that, obviously. I just was like, yeah, he's useless. Why would I ever use a halberd? In the shield, I eat one hit, I'm dead. Like, my stamina is gone. But I also didn't know about the dashing thing, where, like, if you block and, like, dash forward, like a roll, he, like, plants his feet on the ground, and you block a lot. But this character, I will say, is really weak at the, if we're talking no relics, I'm maybe putting him here. But if we're talking relics, now listen, this character can just tank everything. With the S scaling of health and an A scaling of stamina, he can go somewhere. With the B scaling of strength, that's his main class. Now, if you're looking at my eyes, I'm looking at a monitor with stats here because obviously I wasn't going to remember all of it, so I had to pull it up. Don't mind me. But this class with relics, he has one where you can literally like stance up, and anything that hits your shield, you are now going to just like heal that basically. So you can like take hits and just be poking them over and over, and it regains stamina on hit as well. I think there's a relic for like eating hits give you stamina, and then also hitting gives you stamina. It's so busted. I had a teammate randomly playing, and he just sat there, and he was just poking over and over, and he would just sit there, and I was like, okay, well, he's just not eating anything, and I'm Raider, so I was like, yo, I love it. I'm over there just jump LBing over and over, breaking his stance. Like, nah, I think Birdman's really good. And we got to talk about his ult. His ult is one of the most clutch ults in the game, because if everybody's down and you get your teammates near each other, fly up in that air, slam down. It one-shots teammates to revive no matter what. It could be at a 3-bar. It'll one-shot. Get him up right away. His ult is so good for that specific reason right there. But if played correctly, I think Birdman is an S-tier character. One of the greatest up there. Good health. He can eat a lot of things if you know what you're doing with him, obviously. I do think he should get a better role. I don't like his dodge at all, and I mean at all. I wish he would get a better role, but I get it. He's supposed to be the tank character, eat the hits, not roll away. I get it. But he's still really good with relics nonetheless. Also, with Wilder real quick, I've been seeing people like get the fire ability where like your ult does fire, and they won't do the full charge. They just pop it real quick, just to drop fire on the ground, and they just spam it, spam it, spam it. So if that's a good method, let me know down in the comments, but hey, you do you. I think the charge one is worth it. Do the extra damage, why not? Iron Eye. Okay, so Iron Eye is a like no-brainer. This character is probably like the freaking best character in the game over Wilder. I'm only gonna say that because he does so much damage, but not only that, his bow and arrow weak points count like a blood loss buildup. Listen to me, hear me out, right? If you don't know, I mean, if you know, you obviously know, but like when you do that little dash ability and you go through them, or like you can swing and pull out immediately, like sometimes I won't go through the boss. I'll literally like hold forward, but as soon as I see him dash, I hold away, and he'll like dash in and out and immediately put the weak point on them. It is so good. But with relics, you can have 2 of these dashes. So you dash in, spam a bunch of a boss on you, dash in for iframes, spam a bunch with the bow, dash in again, spam a bunch. Like, you never will have to roll with Iron Eye if you play him correctly. Because, one, you're not up in the boss's face. You don't always have to constantly roll. You're just going to be spamming arrows, which, by the way, if you have anything with rain of arrows, super massive for bosses that just do not move or like kind of have a sitting still phase. You can like shoot it up and it just rains a bunch of arrows, does like 1,000 damage. It's crazy. It's very situational though. I like the spamming one where like you hold LT and then like shoot a bunch of arrows and it just goes fast. It's really good. But Iron Eye has a scaling in dexterity, B in arcane, and C in HP as well. So he doesn't have like the craziest stats, but it's very well rounded. His strength, like I said, C. Stamina is a B, pretty good, because spamming the arrows, you're gonna want a lot of stamina. But now people also found a tactic where you can hold 2 bows and you cycle between them. So you shoot 1 shot on this hand bow and then 1 shot on this bow, and you constantly are spamming between them instead of doing like 1 bow where you would do like 3 shots and then it would have to reset, do 3 more, reset. Like, you don't have to do that no more. So he's becoming even better as of we speak now, but I mean, he was already the greatest character. His ult actually can like, I think it's only a 2-bar res, it won't do 3 bars, but his ult will 1 to 2 will instantly get up teammates. It also goes through walls. I have seen a clip where the guy went down on the other side of the castle and he shot it straight through the castle and the ult went all the way through and revived his teammate. It goes through things and it's a straight line. As long as it reaches the distance, you'll res and hit whatever enemy you want. But obviously if they're out of range, it's not going to hit. But Iron Eye is really, really huge because the weak points count as bleed, but also stance breaking. So when you do the LT ability and you pop it, right, you put this little mark on them. If you hit that mark enough, it'll break. And what it does is just chunk a massive damage off of the boss, but also can stagger bosses. Solo, it's always going to stagger just because, I mean, solos is a little bit easier for, like, you know, for that balance reason, but it'll just break stance. But in multiplayer, it's kind of iffy because, like, their scaling's a lot different. You got to hit them a lot more. But from what I noticed, it always kind of breaks stances more than it doesn't. Like, I'll literally have a game where I see a Wilder pop the ult and break the stance, and then my weak point will break the stance again. Like, the boss will literally, like, stagger, fall over again. Like, hello? Like, it's so good. It not only gives you a bunch of damage, it's breaking stance so you can run up there and get the repost for doing even more damage. Iron Eye's busted. I see why he's the best character in the game, because you can do Wilder damage without having to go up to the boss. You can just play away, and when they come in, dash away. Like, you'll never have to. He's so safe, and in a game like this, that's huge, because obviously one mistake can cost the entire run. So no kidding, Iron Eye's in the S tier above Wilder. Now, moving on to Duchess. This character's very interesting. I recently started playing Duchess, so I think Duchess is pretty good. I think Duchess is a solid pick. First of all, let's talk about her pros, right? The dashing is amazing. Her iframe window is massive. You can just mash the roll button and you will not get hit. Not impossible, you can get hit. Just mark my words, you can get hit during it. There was a game where I was playing Duchess and I didn't know about it, and I realized I'm just rolling a bunch, and I was like, I can't get hit. This is amazing. I was playing a boss one time and I was just mashing the roll button because I was like, well, obviously I can't get hit. Oh, was I wrong? I rolled like 4 of the attacks and the 5th one just curved me, bro. I fell over and got hit, and I was like, okay. Realized that, and I had stamina. I was not out of stamina. It can hit you sometimes. You still gotta time it a little bit, but it's way more lenient than any other character. Her best stats are gonna actually be intelligence and faith, with a intelligence being A scale, faith being B, her FP is a B, her health is a C. It's not the greatest, but the fact that this character has daggers that can cause bleed, you have one of the best iframe dodges in the game, and you can also wield magic, so you can do kind of both, right? You can run around, hit a bunch, also whip out a spell here and there, roll a bunch. Like, she's kind of everywhere. She does a lot, but let me talk about her abilities. We haven't even talked about abilities yet. She's already, I mean, if y'all haven't guessed, S tier, right? Come on now. Like, this character's crazy. She's good. You do a lot of damage close up. You get the little bleed proc. I will say she's much, much stronger in that, like, team play aspect than she is more solo, but you could totally solo with her. I've done it. Like, she's amazing. You can run up and get big damage, and when you finally notice that big damage, click the little ability, and you copy it. You do that, all that damage you just did, again, and then it stacks on with the poison stuff so it can break their stance as well. It's insane. I remember there was one time where I was spamming, broke the stance, and it proc bleed. I did it again, and it literally, like, took another chunk. It was like, yeah, you bled him again, have fun. Like, hello? That's insane. But also with teammates, you can not only copy your damage, you can copy their damage. So when you stagger a boss and y'all are just wailing on the boss and doing all this big damage, throwing ults, whatever you want, copy all of it. All that damage y'all just did doubles. It does it again. It's so good. She's so big for that, bro. The damage is massive with this character, and obviously you're gonna say, like, oh, her daggers don't do that much damage, so it balances. But if you think about bleed procs, dude, daggers in this game are massive. They are, Elden Ring has always been good. Like, the Reduvias are a big, big Elden Ring, like, weapon in just the base game. And that is in this game as well, so come on now. Like, bleed is huge on daggers, and on top of that, you can copy your ability for damage. Her ultimate, I like her ult. I think it's good. It can be a little iffy at times, though. There are times where I'll, like, pop her ult and go invisible, and then, like, run up to the boss and start meleeing them. But the thing is, right, if everybody's invisible around the boss, it kind of just swings at whatever was last location known. So, like, if I went invisible over here and the boss is here, it's just gonna go swing this area even though I'm right here. It doesn't know that, and sometimes it could be, like, finicky, and he'll, like, run around, and then the boss is just running the whole time when you're in your ult, and you get 0 damage. Or other times, you're in your ult, and you're getting massive damage. I mean, it's kind of iffy. I don't know. I'm still new to the ult, so I'm not the greatest at it, so maybe I'm using it wrong, but for reviving people, this character's huge. She hits quick. She does multi-hits, you're going to get people up fast, and if you have your ult, you can go invisible and just res whoever you want. even a triple res. I walked up and just started meleeing with dual daggers and just got somebody up really quickly. So very, very good character. I think Duchess can be an S tier character as long as you know how to use the ability right and play them right. Alright, next character though is my freaking boy Raider. I'm tired of, I'm not even gonna cap, bro. This character sucks. This is the, nah, I'm joking, obviously S tier. I'm tired of people putting this character in bottom tiers of their tier list. How do people think this character's bad when strength Oonga Boonga builds are like overly powered in freaking Souls-like games? Like, they're so good. A lot of people play strength in like Souls-like games. It's so good. How are we not thinking Raider's amazing? Well, I will give it to you. If you're talking about one-hand combat, oh, get that shit out of here. One-handed weapon sucks. But if we're talking two, it's solid. Now, well, okay, two-handed and two dual-wielding weapons, it's solid because Raider has that one ability where you do like the one light attack, you do this overhead slam, and then you do like this little curve slice, and then you go like in a spin attack that does like 3 hits after that. That's a really good light combo with one weapon that I love doing, and it's so strong. The problem is you have to have the stamina to do it, and if you're ever in the level 1 through 5, you're just not able to do that combo unless you have relics that like up your stamina. You're not doing that combo with Raider, trust me, it just isn't happening. Dude, his weapons are massive, his combos are great. I think this character is awesome. The one problem I have with him is the rock. The rock is one of the greatest ults if done properly. There's a lot of times where it will glitch an enemy and it will just shove them in the rock, completely get them stuck. Or if you're in a building and use it, it'll glitch out and shove you somewhere. Like, the rock needs an update to where it, like, if it comes out, it pushes everything outside of it. Like, just shove it all. Even the rewards that spawn on the ground. If you put the rock there, shove the reward on the outside. The buggiest thing is that rock. If it traps anything inside of it, oh my god, it's so difficult to move. Because not only are you stuck in the rock, but when you swing, it acts like, oh, you're hitting a wall because you're inside a rock. So then you get your swing canceled. So it's like, his ult is really good and really strong when it's used properly, but if used wrong, it could be one of the worst ults in the game, and I do understand that. But let's go over his stats. His stats is actually going to be an A in HP, which is massive because you're just going to be jump LBing and dual wielding and slamming down on people over and over. You got the stamina at an A as well. Strength is the S, which is what you want as a big freaking heavy weapon wielder. Come on now. Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane is a D. Well, Arcane's a C, but we're never using that as Raider. You don't use magic. If you do, go you, but I'm not using it. Like, I'll use some weapon arcs and abilities, sure, why not? But we ain't using this, you know what I mean? But yeah, health and stamina and strength are his max, like his best things, and that's all you ever need. I'm not joking with you. This character with relics is the best character. If you want my build to come out, I swear I'll post it. Like, it is one of the best, like, Raider combos I've ever seen. So what I have on is basically, like, first of all, I do more damage with the new relic because they gave us a new relic in the enhanced mode, which does, like, more colossal damage. Or I have more stamina on hits, so every hit I get more stamina back. But then also if I'm wielding 2 weapons at the same time, I do more damage. I also have one that's like a Bloodborne relic, so when I get hit, my health is hollow, and any damage I hit back, I get that health regained. So if I get, like, this is my health bar. If I get hit this, but I hit the boss immediately after, I go back up to, like, here instead of here. It's so broken because I could just jump attack, and it's just like, even if you hit me, I'm going to keep healing and punish you back because it doesn't matter. I'm just going to constantly heal. And then the third one just, I think, buffs up more damage for me, but also it's the melee attack. This fist attack is so freaking strong when you know how to use it correctly. So eventually with Raider, when you take enough damage, you're going to be steaming, smoking, whatever you want to call it, but you'll basically see like some smoke and steam come off a Raider. That's how you know the punch is ready. It's ready to go. And that's my third relic I have on. Every damage, or the damage I take when into my like special fist like punch ability, I do more damage outgoing. So You want to use it when you're getting hit because all that damage is going right back to the boss. And you also eat through every attack. Dude, I have seen people not use this ability at all just for like random reasons, right? They always use it to try to attack and they never use it right. I swear to you, fighting Estelle in the Nocron City, right? You know that ability that he slams down and does like 4 purple waves and it does massive damage and it hurts? Well, with Raider, sometimes I just don't roll that. I'm like, I'm not going to run away, and obviously you can't roll it like 100% every time because I'm jump L1ing, like, you know, like your attacks are going to run you out of stamina a lot with this character. So the purpose is eat as much damage as you can. All I did was pop my little ability. He started like doing his little charge fist, and I ate through all 4 purple attacks, and my health went from like this to like this. It barely did a difference. And I jump attacked them immediately after to heal the damage it did. So it took chip damage and I healed it back right away, and I also did more damage to the boss. So like, even if it's a situation where you can't get the headbutt or the fist attack off, use it to damage negation like all the damage being thrown at you. If you don't want to roll because you're out of stamina, alright, bet. I'll go into my punching ability because I can't take damage and I also throw it right back at him anyway. It is so good. This character is a godlike character at breaking stance. I low-key think he's better than Wilder in my opinion, if used properly. I'm not joking. If used properly, I think he is so much better than Wilder. I'm going to put Duchess above the Bird just because Duchess can be so solid on like everything. Well, I don't know. Birdman and Duchess are the same for me, where like they're really good characters, but they thrive better in like team play. Like on a team of 3, you're gonna do better with these characters than you are to do them with solo. That's just my opinion, but I mean, they do. Every character here is good at solo. Every character here is good. Every character here can be good. Like, it just is what it is. My voice cracked, but welcome to the world. Alright, Raider, again, I think is better than Wilder for the reason of just he hits hard. You know what you're doing. You just jump attack, you slam, you roll bosses, you learn the moves, and you will be breaking their stance more than any other character. When playing Raider, sometimes I just fight bosses that cannot move. It's like I'm the boss. I'm breaking their stance. They're folding. They're falling. They literally can't do anything. Like, they just die. They struggle. Like, they just do. Like, Raider, if played correctly, oh my god, he's so strong. The ones that know, they know. And I don't know why people are putting him bottom of the tier list or worst character. And I know it's because of the ult. I know it is. But I promise you, if they just fix the ult, no problem. But his ult is still good. You can use it correctly. There's relics that also give his ult like crazy stat buffs. I don't use those preferably. I mean, they're good, but like it ain't the greatest thing. Moving on to well, Revenant is next, but I thought it was gonna be Recluse. But anyway, we're gonna save. Can I move Revenant back here? We're gonna do Revenant last because she's like technically the last character you unlock. Whatever. We're gonna go into Recluse here just because I have the stats for her now. I didn't know Revenant was next. That's my fault. But anyways, Recluse. Oh boy. So I think Recluse is one. I'm just gonna say it. This is the highest skill gap character. Like, if you don't know how to play Recluse, she's probably like C or D for you. But if you know how to play Recluse, she's probably like the best character in the game for you. I have seen so much about this character that folds bosses. I mean, brother, if you know how to mix up your little potions and shit and create spells, holy dude, I've seen Magic go as far as like Elden Ring base game, like where they're one-shotting bosses. It is insane. They were using some lightning spell and just chucking it at a boss, and it was like taking like this much health out of like this much of a health bar. That's crazy. Like, that's very crazy to do. And she can just wield out some of the best magic spells. First of all, I think it's like what, Rain of Spells or Spell of Rain or something. It's literally the most broken magic attack. It's where like you will send out like a blue orb and it has a bunch of mini orbs around it. It tracks the boss and does a massive ton of damage, and it just hits. Spam that and they're just all going at him, tracking, doing massive damage. Oh my god, it's so overpowered. There's also a spell that I call the shotgun spell because it's where the crystalline people have it, and they shoot out a bunch of like blue shards and it just shoots out over and over. It's like a shotgun, bro. You're just shotgun shells shooting a boss basically, and it's just massive damage to any boss you fight. It's insane. But yeah, I think Recluse done correctly can be the best character in the game, but I do understand she is insanely difficult to learn if you know nothing about Elden Ring, know nothing about magic, know nothing about the spells, because you have to know what damage you're putting out to be able to take that damage in and then mix it up in a potion and then throw that spell back out. If you didn't understand what I said, then yeah, I get it. It's difficult. It's a hard character, but for the ones that like understand the Elden Ring and the magic side of the game, you get it. Like, if I throw lightning out and I pull back in lightning, okay, cool. But now I need lightning magic for one of the spells I want to make. So now I need to shoot out another lightning, but then also shoot out a magic so I can take that back in and create this one spell. That's insane, dude. To think about all that shit during like a run is crazy. And then also you gotta worry about the bosses. Keep your range, keep your distance, don't go crazy. Watch your FP, because FP is one of the hardest things to find in this game, but at the same time, now they just added one of the new relics in the enhanced mode, where if you put that relic on, you start with starlight shards for 3 of them, like 3 of them for free, which is huge because then you get your FP back off of just breaking one of those. Super good. You could also go to the tower, break the boxes down there to get more starlight shards, so it's a pretty good way to look at it. You can do a lot with this character. I haven't personally mastered this character. I still need to learn all the spells and stuff. Will I? I don't know. But her stat distribution's looking at a intelligence S, a faith S, arcane is a C, dexterity is C, stamina C, HP is a D, FP is an A, and a strength is a D. Now, she has like decent stats other than her health and her strength. That is the weakest things you'll ever find on this character. Brother, like, that's why I say it's not only the hardest because you have to learn the spells and stuff, but you are also looking at one of the lowest HP pools in this game right now. So you also have to be careful. Your starting HP is only 200. Like, it ain't the greatest. So that's all I gotta say with this character. Oh, and then her ult obviously does way, like, tons of damage. You get health and HP, or no, health and FP on, like, every hit and stuff back. She is such a good character if you know how to use her correctly. Moving on to the man, the myth, the legend. How y'all pronounce it? Exeutor or Exeutor? Because I'm now seeing a lot of people say Exeutor is actually how you say this character's name. It is not Exeutor. Because Exeutor is technically not a name, it would be Executioner. And Executioner is not a thing back then, it was actually Exeutor, because the Exeutor is one of like some like samurai thing. Damn. Now that I'm recording and talking about it, I completely forgot. But I did have a thing showing on why. But anyways, the terminology wasn't like a thing back then when like samurais and stuff, they just had Exeutor and then obviously like, or no, Executor. I'm tripping my brain out. Oh my god. Anyway, Exeutor or Exeutor, which one do you say? Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, this character, the samurai class, the Sekiro character, I absolutely love this character and I wanted to main him as soon as I saw the trailer. But there's a lot of wrong with this character, right? Let's talk about it. Now, this character stats is HP is a B ranking, or B scaling. FP is a D. Stamina's B, strength is a C, dexterity's the S tier for this class, and then intelligence and faith is a D, while arcane is the S as well. The reason being is because bleed, this is your bleed friendly character, the katana user, the dex character. You want to be using fast weapons, fast weapons that scale off of dexterity, but also that proc that bleed, man. You are scaling at an S rank in arcane, you're gonna want to use bleed. Now, I will say, this character, in my opinion, right, the ultimate in, alright, let's talk, I'm gonna just drop it here. This is not where I'm putting the ranking, calm down. The ultimate isn't the greatest, but it also could be the best ult at the same time. depending on how you pop it and where you use it, you become like this dog form. If you use it on a boss like right in front of them, when you're transforming, you massive like you like do damage when you're transforming. So you hit them a bunch, you go dog form, you do the light attack, spam a bunch, do the big slam. You do that 3 times, and then at the very end, you click LT and do this special like big ass slam attack that like breaks stance and does a massive ton of damage. It's amazing. It's one of the best ults in the game. If you can do that. There's not always going to be a scenario where you can light spam and then do that attack at the end. There's been plenty of times where I pop my ult and the boss just runs away, or will spam shit and then break my stance, and it's like, damn, dude, you can't do everything in dog form. You still take damage. There's been plenty of times where I'll pop my ult and go crazy, and then I'm realizing I'm one shot. I gotta get out of dog form or die. So I end up getting out of dog form. Like, his ult not being invincible does suck, but at the same time, it does a massive ton of damage. So I do understand why they balanced it that way. His cursed sword, let's talk about it, right? I think it's one of the coolest things in the game, but it's very underwhelming. I don't see this character as worth using with the parry thing unless it's like very like Crucible Knights, okay? Like, there's enemies that are way better to parry than it is to fight. I get it, don't get me wrong, but when I play this character, I never see a reason to pull out the Curse Blade because it does 0 status effect. Now, there are certain things that are better to parry, I understand that. Because the reason this sword is balanced in the first place is it can parry everything. AoEs, shots, like projectiles, everything you can think of, it can parry. Except grabs. Obviously, grabs can't be parried. Which, if it could, balanced, honestly, in my opinion, why not? Whatever. I think they should be able to parry a grab, but at the same time, knowing the fighting game knowledge, that would make no sense, so I completely understand why it's not like that. But, listen, hear me out. My Exeutor class that I have is, if you beat the Fisher and the Fog boss and run that relic, you put the starting weapon has frost damage now, so now you have Frostbite and Bleed, which is huge, because when you're hitting them a bunch of times, it's going to proc Bleed, which does a chunk, and then Frostbite does a chunk, and then Frostbite, after you get that first initial proc, you do like 20% more damage to bosses and enemies that had the Frostbite proc. So then you stack it with a poison buff. So now you have a triple status effect character that does Bleed. So you have Frostbite, you have Bleed, you have Poison, and you're just stacking it and beating a boss's ass with dual katanas. So you're just doing insane damage. And if you find a weapon that does more, you're now doing quadruple status effects. Like, I had a Fire Nagakiba with my starting weapon that does Frost, Poison, and Bleed. So, plus the Fire. I have 4 status effects in my hand, and I'm just swinging, going crazy, killing bosses in like 5 swings. Why would I ever put that down for the Cursed Blade? Okay, cool, I can parry, break their stance, but I feel like I'm working harder to break their stance than it is to just hit them a couple times with my dual katanas and proc about 4 status effects, you know what I mean? So, I don't see the sword as worth it half the time, unless it's something that's like physically a problem. So like, let's say in the scenario of, okay, you are fighting Augur, right? And he drops the teardrop, the big nuke, and you didn't realize it. You turn around, you see it's about to hit the ground. Oh shit, okay. Well, instead of trying to guess the timing on the roll, whip out the Cursed Blade sword, and just, as soon as it's about to blow up, click the parry button. You have, I think it's 40 frames. No, 40 frames sounds way too absurd. I don't know exactly the frames, but like, dude, the parry window on the sword is huge. It's massive. There are times where I'll like parry when the boss is swinging way up here and he'll come back down. I still get the parry. Like, it's so forgiving. The parrying is so big. The window is huge. It's super good. So, I do agree, I understand, the parry sword has its moments, it has its pros, it has its cons, but For me personally, I just don't see it as worth it because I would much rather just swing a couple times and get status effects than to be parrying. Now, I do get it if a boss or something can't be status effect or can't be bothered. Sure, use the sword, break its stance a bunch, and beat its ass, right? That's better than just sitting there wailing on 2 katanas that aren't doing anything. So, he's a very all-around character if you look at it that way, but I think they should give his parry sword status effects. That's just me, but maybe that might be a little too broken, because to be fair, I think the balance of it is it can parry every single thing in the game except grabs. So I think that kind of balances why it doesn't do status effects. With this being all said, I still think Exeutor is an S tier. I just do. Like, he's so solid. There's so many relics in the game that are built for the parry thing if you're gonna do parries, where like every single parry or even a blocked parry, like, or no, a blocked, like, just a block. What am I saying? Basically, you don't have to parry to get health back. So there's relics on there where when you whip out the curse sword and you sit there and parry, you get health back every single parry and every single block. That is massive. Also, you can get relics that have consecutive attacks heal you, which is amazing for him and Duchess. Spamming attacks, you're constantly healing. Like, bro, relics with this game make every character S tier. I promise you, dude. There's not a single one here that I think is garbage. And that's my point here for this tier list now. But we're going on to Revenant. The one character that I think is absolute garbage is Revenant. I'm fucking trolling. I know somebody started typing a comment below and they were about to message a paragraph. Anyways, Revenant, right? Holy shit. This character is cool. Like, I didn't know what to think of this character. I thought she was going to be a healer when she first came out, and I was like, bro, it would be so funny in Elden Ring if you were strictly a healer. You can't do that much damage. You can't do nothing. You're just there to heal teammates and dodge a boss. I think that'd be kind of funny. It would be such a different take on a Soulsborne game, and it would be hard as hell because all you could do is dodge a boss and heal your teammates. You can't do anything. But she's actually insane. She's a, what do they call him? A necromancer? Like, she can just take things that are dead and make it hers. It's broken. This character, okay, let me tell you. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be talking about Revenant, right? So, the memes are hilarious with her being super tiny, but having a giant colossal weapon. I think that is the most fun, hilarious way to play her, because her stats, she actually has one of the lowest HP pools as well as Recluse. She has an HP pool of D scaling, FP is an A scaling, Stamina's D, Strength is a C, Dexterity is a C, Intelligence is a B, and her Faith and Arcane... Oh, no. Faith is a S scaling, Arcane's a B. Pretty decent stats all around. She can wield strength weapons for some reason. I think it's hilarious. Why not? But one of the best things about this character, let's go over it. It's her ultimate. It can res teammates no matter what. You can now instant. It could be a 3-bar teammate. Pop the ult, boom, done. Just everybody's up. It's so good. But also, everybody in the ult during it they take damage, but they can't die. So for the 10 seconds that it's active, you cannot die. You just go ham, do damage. There's also relics that make the ultimate insane because when she pops ult, it'll give her health to everybody else. Crazy as hell. Like, dude, it's so insane. But that's not even the best part about her ult. Stay with me. There are her second ability, which is summoning things. You can whip out the harp, and you have 3 characters. Helen, Frederick, and Sebastian. Frederick is like the GOAT, because obviously he's a big, tanky pumpkin head that just slams things and runs around. Good as hell. Helen does massive damage, but is very, very squishy. Like, she'll die pretty quick, but don't sleep on Helen, bro. Pop her out sometimes and just try to take the boss's aggro. Watch the boss's health. I'm not joking. There's a time where I kept the boss's aggro while backing up, and I just watched Helen just keep poking, spamming, going crazy. I mean, damn. The damage is insane. Now, Sebastian. Sebastian's the giant skeleton that's just so freaking cool. But him, I think, is the best to pop when you're doing Revenant's ult, because each of these characters have a special ability when you pop Revenant's ult. Now, if you don't know about that, every single character that you can summon when you pop your ult has a unique ability, and Sebastian's is like this laser eye. If you ever saw the spell Comet Azure, or I think it's like Comet Azure or whatever, it's where you use the staff and you just hold it like this and it just summons a beam. It's basically like Dragon Ball, where they're just summoning a freaking what, Kamehameha shit, and it's just a beam of blue destroying a boss. That's really what it is. Now, Sebastian just does the same thing out of his own damn head. He just says, yeah, screw it, I'm gonna scream. Like, when you pop the ult and you have Sebastian out, it just is massive damage. If it stays on the boss, it just is a laser beam and it just chunks away massive damage. It's huge. I think Frederick's, he just gets a buff and does more damage and just slams around. I think he does like 3 massive big slams, does big damage, but I think, again, Sebastian's is better because it's just a laser beam, and if it hits, you're not only going to stagger, you're going to do massive damage, you're gonna mess up whatever's in the path of that laser, I'll tell you that. And then I think Helen's, I don't know what Helen's is. It's probably something that does more damage, but oh, it ain't beating Sebastian, buddy. Oh my, let me tell you, Sebastian's is insane. But with relics, this character is insane because when you're fighting by like your people, like your summons, your quote-unquote family, as they say in the description, you do more damage and more healing and everything. It's just more everything. You're just bonus hanging around your summons, and that's all you're going to be doing with her, is hanging around the summons. Like, they're going to be fighting with you. It's a free relic to put on. It's massive. Every single one of these characters have the best relics in their remembrance quest lines that just help so much if you want free relics, dude. I'm so serious. Like, just do remembrance quests. Like, they're so good. Guardian has the one where you send the wind attack out and it just sits there as a tornado and does massive damage. Also the one where he blocks with shield. Hers is so good because it helps being around the allies that you summon. But Revenant has an ability where anybody she kills can come back as a summon. I am not joking. I don't know if this works for bosses. Somebody let me know down in the comments if it does, but when you kill something as Revenant, or if you have a Revenant in your game, let her get the final hit on whatever she's fighting, because it is busted. She can kill a group of enemies and they will come back and fight with you. There was a night one where I ended up on fighting the Deathblight guy. You know how they summon like a bunch of rats, a crab, this and that? When I was Revenant, I killed everything. I got me a wolf, a rat, and a crab that came back, and they were fighting with me. And I had all 3 of those, plus me, plus my summon, jumping a boss in solo mode. That's a 5v1 in solo mode. Come on, bro. Like, Revenant is dope. She can just summon, like, it's so fun. It's such a cool thing that they took up the character that can summon things like Elden Ring. That's so fun to me. So, with that being said, this is my tier list. The whole purpose of this is just to put it out in the world that every character is good. There's no character that's technically gonna be just like, well, okay, that's cap, because if we're talking like the ultimate, right? If you just want a base character, no relics, I would pick Wilder. I would pick Raider. I would pick Iron Eye. Those, like, yeah, these 3 basically are just so strong out the gate. You don't need any relics. They're just good. They're the 3 like top dogs, but I'll be real. Every character in this game is godlike. Every character in this game can be viable, and with relics, it just sends them to the freaking moon. They're just even better. So don't listen to like a lot of these like videos and, you know, where they say like a character's completely utterly useless or bottom tier character. Like, just pick who your playstyle fits the best, and I promise you, that's what you'll perform doing the best in. And wherever you perform best in is what you're going to be best at. So I think just do what you prefer. Literally, if you like strength Oonga Boonga build, go Raider. If you like being an all-arounder, go Wilder. If you don't like greatswords though and you still want to be an all-arounder, kind of mess around with Duchess or Exeutor. You could try to see if you like the katana, but you know, it's the risk of getting hit. You gotta be a little squishy. If you want to be the tank of the role and take up right in front of the boss, start playing Guardian, but work on relics, because Guardian's a lot better with relics. I will say that character without relics is probably a struggle to be an S, I will say. Because you will get hit, you'll lose your stamina, you'll just be dying and folding a lot. High skill windows, I would say, is probably Revenant and Recluse, just for the fact that, like, you gotta know your magic spells a little bit more with them. But other than that, this has been the tier list for me. I just think everybody's an S tier in this game. I'm excited to see what they do and what they add to this game, character-wise, boss-wise, and, like, map-wise. I'm genuinely curious on what characters they bring, just because of the fact that I think everything is covered right here with, like, strength, you got great swords, you got that. Like, I'm curious on what they add. I'm super intrigued on what they put in the game, and especially with the enhanced mode. God, I'm playing this game even more. I'm loving it. Let me know what you guys thinking about the tier list down in the comments and what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know if I missed anything about any of these characters, and I'll definitely be sure to, like, comment and react to it, so let me know. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you made it all the way here through the Yap session, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If not, I completely understand. It is just a very focused Elden Ring video. If you're not big on Elden Ring or just talking videos, this isn't the video for you, and I completely understand. But I'm super curious on what they're gonna do with this game. I'm super excited. Me personally, I will say, I think Elden Ring Nightreign can last forever. I think this game could move with every single Souls-like game as long as they get rights and keep going with everything, right? Because no matter what game comes out down the road or what game has been out already, they can just keep pulling and grabbing aspects and bosses and characters from games and dropping it in this game. And this game could technically last forever and just keep, it's just a roguelike Elden Ring-like game, and it's super cool. I love that. I can't wait to play more of this. I can't wait till there's more characters and more stuff to do in this game. And like I said, I'm just super excited. I can't wait. So that is it. That is officially it for me. I'm gonna take a drink of water because my voice is a little chalked right now, but thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have any opinion, let me know down in the comments. Seriously, I think everybody's viable in this game, and I think all the tier lists in YouTube or whatever, I don't know how to feel about it. I think everybody's viable. I don't think there's a single character here that I would say is complete garbage. Don't pick them up. Don't pick them at all. I just don't think that's true. Like, every character is so strong in their own way, and they're all super unique and good. And yeah, that's been my take on the Elden Ring character tier list. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you on the next one for some more, maybe Elden Ring? I don't know. Who knows? Whatever it is, I'll catch you then. Until next time. Peace! Have a great rest of your day and night, guys.